Love isn't fate. It's a game of control, psychology, and manipulation. If you play it right, they won't just like you. They'll crave you, obsess over you, lose themselves in you until they can't tell where they end and you begin. By the end of this video, they won't know why, but they'll be hooked. And it all starts now. Love doesn't come first, control does. Before they desire you, they must think about you. And before they think about you, you must embed yourself in their mind. The curiosity hook. People don't obsess over what they fully understand. They crave mystery. The more they try to figure you out, the deeper they fall. So, stop explaining yourself. Stop answering questions directly. Give them just enough to keep them chasing. When they ask about your past, smirk. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Then change the subject. If they ask about your type, say, it's complicated. Never give straight answers. Let them fill in the blanks. The goal, make them think about you when you're not around. Because the moment they do, you've already won. Selective availability. The biggest mistake? Being too available. If they can have you whenever they want, they'll never crave you. Scarcity increases value. Let some texts sit. Read them, then ignore them. Make them wonder where you are, who you're with. One day, give them all the attention in the world. The next, disappear. No explanation, just absence. When they ask to meet, don't always say yes. Make them earn your time. And when you finally agree, make it seem like they barely made the cut. Say, I wasn't sure if I'd be free, but I guess I can make time for you. Your time is now a privilege, and privileges must be earned. Mirroring people fall for what feels familiar, and the easiest way to become their perfect match is to reflect them back at themselves. If they lean in, you lean in. If they cross their arms, you do too. If they love a certain artist, a week later, you casually mention you've been listening to them. If they love dogs, suddenly, you're a dog whisperer. If they commit tax fraud, well, you totally get it. Done too soon, it's fake. Done subtly over time, they'll think, why do we have so much in common? This must be fate. Wrong. It's not fate, it's control. And once they feel drawn to you, they're ready for the next step. Getting their attention was easy, but attention isn't enough. You don't just want them interested, you want them obsessed. You need to create emotional highs and lows so powerful that they become addicted to you. Push-pull tactics. People don't crave what comes easily. They crave what they have to fight for. That's why push-pull works. It keeps them guessing, chasing, desperate for your approval. One day, you're warm, affectionate, fully engaged. You laugh at their jokes, touch their arm, hold eye contact just a little longer than usual. You make them feel special, like they finally won you over. Then, the next day, cold, distant, detached. You take hours to respond. You're distracted, uninterested, absent. They'll feel the shift immediately and their mind will start spiraling. Did I do something wrong? Are they losing interest? Was it something I said? That uncertainty? It drives people insane. And their only solution is to try harder, to seek your validation, to work for your attention. And once they start working for it, they're hooked. Jealousy, induction, weaponizing. Their insecurity. Nothing triggers emotional attachment faster than the fear of loss. If they think they might lose you, they will cling harder. Now, this doesn't mean outright flirting with others in front of them. That's too obvious. Instead, plant the seed of competition without ever confirming it. Casually mention how someone interesting messaged you. Don't say who. Let them wonder. When texting, take long pauses, then say, sorry, got distracted. But never say by what. Let their imagination torture them. When they compliment you, smirk and say, thanks, but Sarah says the same thing about me all the time. Post a photo looking way too good, but don't tag anyone. Let them overthink it. Now, their brain is on high alert. They see you as high value, desirable, and wanted. And once they feel like they could lose you, they will fight to keep you. Emotional anchoring, burning yourself into their mind. People don't fall for you. They fall for the way you make them feel. And if you make them feel intense emotions while they're with you, their brain will attach those feelings to you. Here's how to make them emotionally dependent on you. The vulnerability trap. Get them to open up about something personal. Childhood trauma, deep fears, regrets. Once they do, their brain links you to trust and emotional safety. The adrenaline trick. Take them somewhere thrilling. Roller coasters, horror movies, something risky. Adrenaline bonds people faster than time ever could. The comfort and chaos loop. When they're vulnerable, be the only one who comforts them, but never completely. Give just enough warmth that they crave more. They won't understand why, but soon they need you. Their mind won't let them move on, and once they need you, you own them. Attraction is temporary. Obsession is forever. You don't just want them to like you, you want them to attach to you so deeply that even if they wanted to walk away, they couldn't. This is where true control begins. Intermittent validation, the addiction loop. Nothing is more addictive than uncertainty. The human brain is wired to crave unpredictable rewards, just like gambling. And when you control when they get validation, you control their emotions. So instead of constantly feeding their ego, do the opposite. Give them a taste of approval, then take it away. One day, tell them something like, "I love talking to you. You just get me." Let them feel the warmth. Then, a few days later, act distant. Give them nothing. Let them feel the absence of your affection. One moment praise them, then later act like they don't exist. This unpredictability makes them desperate for your approval. It forces them to work harder for your attention. And the harder they work, the deeper they fall. They won't realize it, but soon they'll be chasing your highs like a drug. And just like any addiction, once they're hooked, they'll never want to quit. Isolation through exclusivity, cutting off their escape routes. People value what is rare, and the moment they feel like they have something others don't, they cling to it even harder. Here's how to make them see you as irreplaceable. Tell them things you've never told anyone else. Make them feel special. Give them a nickname no one else gets. Make them unique in your world. Say something like, "I don't usually open up like this, but with you, it's different." Fake a secret. Say, "I've never told anyone this before." Now they feel bonded to you and less likely to trust others. Plant doubts about their friends. Subtly criticize them. "I don't think they really understand you the way I do." Over time, they'll start believing it. They'll start relying only on you for validation. This creates an illusion of exclusivity, that they have a special connection with you that no one else will ever have. And the moment they believe they're one of a kind in your life, they'll fight to keep that role at any cost. Emotional dependency, the true lock. True control happens when they stop seeing you as a choice and start seeing you as a need. Become the person they vent to, the one who understands them, the one who gets them like no one else. When they're upset, be the one who comforts them, but never completely. Let them lean on you, but never let them feel fully secure. Give them moments of extreme emotional intensity, then pull back. Create a void only you can fill. Ever seen a stray dog that keeps following someone around because they fed it once? That's what you're doing here. Giving them just enough emotional food to keep them coming back. Once their emotions depend on your presence, their mind locks onto you. They won't just want you, they'll feel like they can't live without you. And that is true power. By now, they're hooked, addicted, thinking about you non-stop. But there's one final trick to make sure their attachment never fades. And that's what we'll cover next. You've pulled them in. You've made them crave you. But obsession is fragile. Stop feeding it, and it fades. This is where you make your presence permanent in their mind. The unfinished story effect. Keeping them stuck. The human brain hates unfinished business. When something feels incomplete, the mind keeps replaying it, searching for closure. So never give them full closure. Keep them guessing. Keep them wondering. When things feel perfect, pull back. Say something like, "I feel like there's so much more to us, but maybe it's not the right time." Leave deep conversations open-ended. When they ask, "What are we?" smirk and say, "That's the fun part, figuring it out." If you sense them pulling away, disappear. Say nothing. Let the silence drive them insane. This creates a loop in their mind, a question that only you can answer. And as long as they're searching for that answer, they can't move on. The scarcity effect, making them fear. Losing you, people don't value what they think they'll always have. They value what they might lose. So subtly remind them that you are not guaranteed. Casually mention how you don't chase people. If someone stops trying, I just let them go. Drop hints about how you need something real and might leave if it's not there. If they take you for granted, pull away. Let them feel what losing you would be like. This forces them to cling tighter, to fight for you, to prove they deserve you. Because now, the thought of losing you, unbearable. The emotional imprint, becoming their standard. The final step is making sure no one else can compare to you. If they ever meet someone new, they should subconsciously honestly measure them against you and realize no one matches what you made them feel. To do this, tie your presence to strong emotional experiences. Be the one who made them feel the most alive. Be the one who hurt them the most, but also made them the happiest. Be the best and the worst thing that ever happened to them. Once you've burned your presence into their mind, every relationship after, you will feel empty. Even years later, when they kiss someone else, in the back of their mind, it's you they're thinking about. That is how you own their heart and mind forever. By now, you've taken them from curiosity to attachment to pure obsession. But these tactics, just the start. Imagine combining this with something even more powerful: reverse psychology. That's what my last video teaches, and it's a game changer. This isn't just theory, it's practical, actionable, and ridiculously easy to apply. If you've ever wanted to subtly influence someone without them realizing it, this is your tool. So don't just walk away now. Click that video and take the next step in mastering manipulation. Bye!